As mentioned previously, uh, I'm not going to cover this repeated topic in this tutorial, which we have covered already in previous exercise. So I have created few classes which are or got those classes from previous exercise to reduce our time. Okay, so this API communicator package which I've already discussed, and it has something like weather API, and this layer will communicate directly to server, and it will provide the final output to our activity. So for this we are going to utilize these five classes. This configuration is the class or file where we are providing our application configuration. So there are two base URL we are going to utilize. One is production base URL, test base URL. For weather icon same way, and this variable will utilize like to convert or change the configuration of application from production to test or test to production. And basically these things uh, are helpful us to during the development and QA testing purpose and final uploadation. Okay, and this example will utilize only one API, and that is weather listing API. And weather listing weather info API name is forecast. Its parameters are Q and APID. APID is previously explained, we will get from openweathermap.org, and that app ID value will be 821, this one. Okay, and yes, I have mentioned that value over here in string to commonly utilize throughout the application. Okay, and we have created one request map parameter as we did in previous exercise. So here we will pass the search text. Search text is in our case city name, and app ID is the unique API key that we obtained from Open Weather Map website. And yeah, this is volley client. It's the same. Just based on production, it will create the base URL, then API name and particular parameters. And this one is the policy for the volley retry policy. So this will provide the timeout, duration, maximum tries, and default backup multiply. So this one is the default policy. You can see all definition from here also for policy. Okay, so yeah, that's it. This is the volley client, and final one is response parser. So for parsing we have created a model class to explain you guys or display the output. Let me call the API over here. So API name is this one, and name is forecast. There are two parameters. Q is equal to, in our case we are going to just update, we are going to display or utilize we are going to display the weather forecast for the city Philadelphia. So Philadelphia is the city located in US, and this one is app ID. Yes, okay. So let me call. Yes, it's responding, and parameters are like this. Response tag. Yeah, so we got 40 objects, and difference between each object is 3 hours. So if we start for now, like 26th November, and 3 to 6 is the first uh, time, this temperature and weather information is for duration 3 to 6, and you will get 6 to 9 over here, same way up to 5 days. So we are getting this many things. And here different parameters are temperatures in minimum, temperatures maximum, pressure, sea level. So yeah, we will utilize whatever we fill to display in our application. So as per me, we are going to display this temperature value. I think it's in Kelvin. So this one, the minimum temperature, maximum we will utilize. Yeah, humidity also. And if you talk about weather, then yeah, it's a cloudy, few clouds, it's description. And yeah, this icon value we will utilize to display the weather icon. So we need to concat this icon value in weather icon API. So yeah, we will also display wind, speed, what's the current speed in wind. And this information is for particular which time and which date. So this many information we will utilize in our demo application. Based upon that, I have created model class. So as mentioned, date, it's main, it has temperature, minimum, pressure, sea level, humidity, these many informations, icon, description, etc. for wind speed, degree, etc. Okay, so this classes I have already implemented and explained you to save our time, because these things are repeated. And this one is also explained, also network informer, and this will provide the current internet connectivity state. So we will utilize this class before the make API call. Okay, so let's start with weather list class. We will display weather list with the each icon and minimal information in listing in this class. And as mentioned in definition, we are going to utilize split view for tablet screen. So we need to use two different layout. One is layout large. Okay, so if you choose activity, this one is, yeah. So how to achieve this? To you utilize split view, we need to go with fragments. So when application detect that application is running in tablet, then we will load listing as well as detailed fragment in same activity. And if application is running in phone or mobile device, at that time we will display both fragment in both different activities. So let's structurize it. We have one activity, and let me create one separate activity, which is okay. This one, let me put weather details activity. Okay, and app compact. Okay, create. Fine. This one, and this only will be utilized for the phone. In case of tablet, we will use only weather list activity and uh, two different fragments listing and detail in same activity, and in another case both we will utilize in separate activity. So let me create one package for fragments. Okay, there are two different fragments, weather list fragment and weather detail fragment. Okay, extend it with fragment class. Okay, so we are done with basic structure. So our goal is to achieve split view with font view also. So this one is our listing API. So we will create two separate layout. One is for phone and this one large is for I think this one is for tablet view. Okay, so let me add fragment and fragment is the name is fragment list. Another is, so let's me bind, it's a list fragment and also tools, so layout, I have not created, so let me create fragment weather list. Yeah, it's created. So list. Okay, so this has been bind with our activity. So match parent full screen, and same thing will happen, but here we needs to display two different fragment in each layout. So left side is list, in between I have put it one layer or line to differentiate both things, and right side is container. So container is nothing, but we will add the detail fragment over here. So both XML is ready, just we need to add or start on activity. So first question is, we need to determine that activities or application is loaded in tablet view or in mobile view. So let's create for this one variable is the pen view. Okay, to pen view. By default, let's keep it false. Okay, and let me create separate one method to determine this. Void determine pen layout. Okay, so fragment okay. So we have added frame layout, right, for this. So frame, let me bind only here. Bind r dot id dot f detail container, right? This one is frame layout, and fragment detail details container. Okay, so if active is able to find this view, it means activity has loaded large layout. So large layout is for tablet, this one is for phone view. So we are able to identify based on this that application loaded in tablet or so tablet on phone view. So let's make it true, and another case it's by default false. And if it is true, then we should display pan layout in uh, landscape mode only, so it will looks good. So let me display or set the activity orientation. So activity orientation, let me put it orientation behind, not its landscape. Yes, correct. And in another case, let's make it portrait. Okay, and yeah, we should load the weather detail fragment. Okay, and yes, I think yeah, I think done with identification, and we are able to identify based on this. So now onwards, whenever is to pan is unable or it's true, it means we have loaded our application in tablet, and it's false in phone view. Let's design fragment for listing. So okay, so let's create override the default methods. This one is on create. Okay, and on create view, here we need to inflate the appropriate layout. So let's do it first. View is equal to inflate dot inflate r dot layout, sorry, r dot layout dot fragment, it's a weather list. Okay, and it's a container and false. Okay, again butter knife also will be there. Then let's bind it first. This one is view, and return this view. Okay, now segment weather list. Okay, so I have just imported this XML from previous example, so it's same way listing API, a listing screen. So this one is recycler view, this one is progress bar. Until the data load, this progress bar needs to be displayed, and this is empty view. Empty view, as mentioned, we have provided text view, and that is try again button. So text view will display appropriate message as per the response of API, and try again will make the refresh call for particular API. So this one we can utilize direct here. So okay, and it's to bind each and every component. So bind r.id dot recycler view. Okay, so let me change it to dot weather list. It's weather list, and sheet v weather list. Okay, and other things are bind r.id dot progress and progress bar and refresh. Okay, other things just copy pasting from previous exercise. So layout empty is available, get weather list we needs to create empty. Okay, so yeah, this one empty view, empty messages here. Okay, okay, and layout empty. Okay, and this one is layout empty. Okay, so we have bind all the components over here, and needs to create separate uh, view for the recycler view item. So let me create separate XML item weather list. Okay, and for this let's finalize the which are the component we are going to display. So as for me, I'm going to display temperature, humidity, and date, yeah, and other parameters we will display in detail. So also, yeah, weather icon also. So let me create this card view, and format card has rep content as per the height. It should contain. Okay, fine. Yes, and as did previously, margin bottom, right? So it will, both item will display with some space. Let's provide ID. So it's a card base. Fine. So I'm planning to display something like here icon, and right side temperature as well, humidity, and other things, date. So date and time. So let me create email layout with match parent, rep content, orientation should be horizontal, and yeah, for the weather icon we will utilize image view and 0 dp. This one is rep content, weight, let's keep it like 3, and icon id is weather, img weather. Same way, linear layout 0 dp, remaining size will be utilized by this space, I mean, and weight is 0.7, so it's a 70% of full width and 30% is utilized for image. And orientation, yes, obvious orientation will be vertical. So let's create each text view for different detail. For example, first is for temperature, so temp, then yeah, text appearance, let's keep it Android medium. Text color, again let's make it black, and style, text style, it bold, so it will highlight that temperature for current, it will highlight in section. For other things we can use normal, and there are darker gray also. Other things, humidity, then date time, so keep it date. Okay. Mm, fine. And think so we should provide some padding, so 8 dp. Okay. And margin above the each and every text view, dp. Let's keep it same. Okay, fine. Now I think we have created XML and we can directly utilize this. Okay, so this one is for list and fragment and recycler view. Okay, fine, let's bind it. So I have created one separate adapter as we did in previous exercise, weather list adapter, and yes, name of that item weather list. Okay, fine. And as we did, we are going to use adapter recycler view holder, and yeah, for extension for each image we will use png for weather icon. This one is icon list of weather information. Okay, and this we have inflated particular item weather list for each item of recycler view. And I think, yeah, weather we are going to use, humidity we are going to use, description, wind, yeah, that is not for us for now, that we will use in detail page. Okay, fine. So I think this adapter is more or less ready and we can use directly. One more thing, in this tutorial, when we click on each item, we need user to redirect to detail screen, or in case of split view, we need to load with the weather information in detail fragment. So to identify the each item click event, I have created or assigned the tag and listener. So this listener will come from the activity which is going to use this weather list adapter activity or fragment, and we'll get callback over there, means parent fragment or activity. And yeah, this one is as per the previous date weather icon and weather base URL after the icon, and then extension it will provide the final weather icon URL. So I have created programmatically that final URL and loaded in weather image view. Then temperature, so this will is ASCII value for Celsius, and to convert the uh, Kelvin to Celsius, we have used this formula that Kelvin minus 273.15, it will provide the Kelvin to Celsius conversion, and humidity, and then date. These are the information available in response. So now we have pending thing is to create the list. So let me create the separate method for get the weather information. So it's weather information and string name is city name. Okay, to get the weather list, let's first check network information. So is connected, yes. Then make API call, else display empty view. So here mprogress.set visibility gone, empty view will display empty.set visible. and then mtv empty message we needs to set appropriate. So we have provided those message in string file. Get string dot string dot something went wrong, so that's why not able to get the weather information. Oh sorry, I mean no internet connection I need to put over here. So internet connection is not available, so that's why application not able to make API call. In case of network availability, we should display progress bar. Needs to hide that empty view and create API communicator. So then API communicator will handle next communication with the weather information provider server. Okay, API communicator. So communicator dot, we have already created method get weather information. Here we will pass context, I mean activity, then this city name for which we are looking for weather information, then yeah, get key value that we have created from the OpenMap weather portal. So get string r dot string dot app key, and obvious we will create two callbacks for success and error. So response dot listener, this we expect response in string as we created request as a string builder at volley. Listener new response. Okay, so here we will get final output result from API, and another is error response dot error listener. Error listener and new. Here we will get error code as per the server issue, and we can identify based on error code. Progress dot set visibility and then gone. Okay, so we are ready with this listener and error listener. Cool. So data binding is pending, and yeah, this one also pending regarding initialize the recycle view. So let me do it here. Private void init slash view. Okay, so this one is recycler view, and for recycler view we have binded over there and needs to create layout manager. So let me create object for same. Private layout manager, this one is linear layout manager. So manager for layout, and let me initialize stuff for same here. So it's equal to new linear layout manager. Here it's activity, then RV is weather list and add it to layout manager and mng layout. Okay, so here we are ready with the recycler view, and let me initialize it here, recycler view. Okay, after the initialization we can make weather API call and city name for this. So city name, yes, it's a pending, so we need to define it here. Okay, so private static find and string city name. In our case is mentioned Philadelphia. Here we are going to display, so this one is city name. Okay, and okay, get weather list will make the call for weather information based on the response. Here we will get response, and appropriate parser we needs to implement here. So let first progress bar needs to be hide, ability gone, and yes, try and catch, because we are going to do operation with JSON object and it can be null or something, so it's good to be handle with each try catch. Okay, and create JSON object from the response string. So JSON response is equal to new JSON object from the response. Okay, so now if you will see, okay, here COD code is 200, it means we are getting complete response. 200 is for success, so let's check it. Get string with COD. If it is 200, then yeah, all good. Yeah, okay. And have we, yeah, also mentioned pending to create array list to store the weather information. List items, I think item weather list, okay, and weather list we will assign over here. Response parser, we have already created parser method, so and just needs to parse response. Okay, just check it out. No, just an object. Okay, all good. Yeah, from this we will get list will pass to item, and we will get final weather list over here. Now pending is to bind that weather list with the recycler view. So let me create binder method for this. Void bind recycler view. Okay, then yeah, if weather list is size is greater than 0, then also there is a meaning to bind adapter. Else, in case of display empty layout, set visibility visible, and empty text dot set text. Something goes wrong. Let's string dot string dot something goes wrong. Okay, now again we need to create adapter. So private weather list adapter. Okay, so let's initialize. If weather list is equal to none, then initialize adapter is equal to new the list create activity, then weather list. Yes, so we have added over here one item click listener, so we need to implement it also. So it is view click listener. So on click listener listener. So item click listener, let me, and this we will pass as a parameter for adapter. So whatever adapter will call back to us with this listener, and bind weather dot set adapter. This adapter needs to be bind. In other case, adapter needs to be notified data set change. Okay, so bind view is also ready. Okay, I think we are done with fragment. Yeah, for this also we need to again. Okay, so I need get this bind view. Okay, okay, okay. Let's check it in simulator. So, okay. Okay, fine. So yeah, it is available over here as we did. This one is weather icon, this is temperature, this is humidity, and this is date. Yes, same thing we need to check with tablet also, but yeah, detail view is pending. Let's create the detail view for this. So now thing is that uh, this fragment, this click event should be determined. So as we have added position as a tag, bind position as a tag, so let's get view dot get tag. So take string was app name. Okay, and string, yeah, we needs to bind it or cast it to integer. So integer dot parse int. This will provide the exact position or item position where user has clicked. Okay, so this click event we needs to provide parent activity. So based on that, parent activity can take action, like if it's a phone view, then start the new activity, and if it is tablet view, then load the content in the split view. So here we needs to create one callback or design one interface which can provide callback to activity. Okay, so as you are able to see that have created one interface on item selected listener, and it has one value, and it will provide we will pass the item, or we can say weather detail object as a parameter. So host tab can get that directly and pass it to detail activity or detail fragment, and this is the method which can be utilized by the parent activity to set the listener. So whenever callback item click will detect, at that time we'll check listener is available. It's not null, then provide the selected item object to parent activity. So here parent activity needs to set that callback. Yes, and that is okay. So implement over here weather list fragment dot on item click listener, and yes, let's implement it. Good. Okay, weather list fragment, and is equal to get fragment manager dot find UPI ID and r dot id dot fragment item list. Okay, so you will get it from here, fragment list. Okay, yeah, we need to cast it whether list fragment. So okay, list fragment. Okay, okay, yes, but this name we needs to keep common for layout large and layout so activity items. Yes, this has this one, and activity items. Okay, the list. Let's rename it to activity. The list. Continue. So list. So whenever this one of them is bind with activity, at that time both activity will have this fragment, and we are able to get that fragment object. So based on that we can set the listener. So we have listener, and when it will get back, we will get the callback over here. Now if it is pan view to pan, then load fragment, else load the activity. To pan view, then let's load the weather detail fragment item details. So weather fragment dot new instance. Okay, yeah, we have not did anything with this, so we needs to design and everything this weather detail fragment. Okay, so if it is pan view, then we needs to load detail fragment in same activity. So we have added container, and container is available here. So in this we will load detail fragment, and if it is phone view, then we will just redirect weather details activities. So weather detail activities, against what it will do, it will just get the item and load the weather detail fragment and load the items, or pass that item parameter or object as a parameter in constructor. And this detail fragment, what we have did, we have designed one separate layout. This is something like this one is icon. So first one is frame view, linear layout. In that, first I have displayed date for which we are going to display weather information. Then here is the icon, here is the temperature. After that yeah, minimum and maximum temperature value also, that humidity also, wind information also, description. So this information we will display in this layout, and this design is as simple, just linear layout we have used. So when this detail fragment will load, so it can be from list activity or detail activity. So when it will get, we will get the item or weather detail as a argument, and we will utilize that weather detail object to load the image as well as temperature as well as wind information, humidity, or etc. Yes, that's it. So let's check it will work. Yeah, just we forgot to mention activity here. So it's activity and name is weather activity, and when our it will utilize screen orientation should be portrait, and for this activity we have added screen orientation based on device or tablet that we did as per the programmatically from here. Okay, so let's check it first in mobile or simulator, mobile view simulator. Just check it in mobile view. Yes, we are able to get the list for next 5 days. Okay, so it is up to the 28th, then 29th, then 30th, then 1st October. So we are able to get all the weather information for next 5 days with 3 hours interval. And let's check the detail view. So yes, here available like this weather information for 26th September, then 3 o'clock, 3 to 6, I mean 3 p.m. 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Temperature will be 27 degrees Celsius, minimum will be 25 degrees Celsius and maximum will be 27. Humidity 71%, wind will be approx 8.3 km per hour. Yeah, few cloudy weather will be there. So this information available in detail. Now we need to check same view and same application in tablet, so we get idea like split view is working properly or not. Let's do it. So let's check in tablet view. So tablet is available. This one is Nexus 10 and it has large screen. So as per the code it should display, yeah, it's displaying in pen view, and this one is list and this one is detail page. So if I want to check first information in detail, yes, this will display. Second, yes. Okay, so same way it will work, and same application will work in phone as a separate activity. So one thing only as per me pending. So when application load in pen view, it should display first by default. So in list activity fragment, whenever we are done with bind, and at that time we should display if listener is not equal to null, then listener dot on item click and display first by default. So first is weather list dot get index dot 0, and here we have already added condition that its size is greater than 0, then so this object will always be available, and when weather list will get loaded, by default first position will display in detail view. So let's check it out. Okay, it's installing. Okay, yeah, so you are able to check that first item is already loaded in detail view. So 26 is today, first data 27, yeah. So now you will change, it will display as per the selection. I think, yeah, we are done with the task. And as mentioned, let me revise the today exercise. So we have learned the how to display list and detail view in pen or split view in tablet, and how to integrate weather information with the Android applications, and yeah, other things, communication between server and mobile app using API calls, data binding with recycler view, image loading. Yes, we have used JSON, Woolly, Glide, Butternut, different libraries, and we achieve our exercise. So hope you guys enjoyed, and if anything, open question, freely you can drop an question or email to me uh, at my email address. So thanks for watching and thanks for your time. Have a great day. Bye bye.